I am Jordan. Me and my husband Wayne were the makers of the Stubby Bus. Stubby is a 1987 Chevy G30 series short bus. It originally had a diesel engine, however it was previously swapped out to be a 350 small block before we purchased it. We actually kind of like that because it's a little bit easier to find parts for and to service on our own and everything. Currently, the bus gets about 8 miles to the gallon, which is not necessarily the best for a vehicle, but it is fantastic for a house, so we're going to go with that. It weighs about 8,000 pounds now, and its max speed is a whopping 70 miles per hour. So we're definitely not going to get anywhere in a hurry, but that's okay. The body style of the bus, it is a 4-window bus. It has a handicap window or door at the front instead of at the back. We picked a shorter bus, which this is one of the shortest styles you can find. We picked that just because we wanted to have that freedom of being able to park and go anywhere we wanted to. We can fit it into a normal size parking spot with no problems. It's about 18 feet bumper to bumper and roughly 8 feet wide. It's right at that max. And the inside of it has a little bit less than 100 square feet. And it's been perfect for what we need, so that way we can take our dogs and go see the United States. So yeah, I will show you some of the inside if you want to follow me. So, as I said, we do have the handicap doors. They are at the front, which is not super common, but we definitely like it. We were able to put all of our solar up front right here with the electrical components, as well as our AC unit, which you'll see inside. We were also able to create a nice little eating area so that way we can look out at the views wherever we are. Ollie doesn't seem to know that he's not supposed to be up there. He kind of does what he wants, apparently. So we'll go into a little bit more detail in another video as far as the actual setup that we have, but we were able to fit our charge controllers, our inverters, all of our deep cycle batteries that we have that are connected to the 4 solar panels that we have up top, which are 100 watts each. So over here we have all of our connections for when we're doing shore power and everything, and some lights so that way we can have some nice lighting at our campsites. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and close that up. As for the front doors, we have not switched them out yet. We're still keeping the original doors at the moment. We did put a lock on there. We're probably going to be upgrading that eventually, but for right now we really like the feel of the original doors. We also did create some new stair risers right here that are made out of pennies. We took some of the dirty pennies that didn't look that great, and I spray painted them with some white automotive enamel and created this fun pattern. Okay, so inside of Stubby, up here at the front, we haven't done too much to change it from the original layout. We did go and get some Duplicolor vinyl spray paint to recolor the dash because it was not the prettiest color. It was the original brown, and it was very dry rotted. We were able to get that all fixed. I love that spray paint. We also were able to 3D print a new vent for our AC unit, as well as the little ashtray holder, because there was a nice gaping hole in the dash right there. We did also install a backup camera system. We got some cameras on the front left and right side of the bus, as well as one in the back, so that way we have all of our blind spots while we're driving and whenever we're parking. It really is just a super awesome feature, especially whenever you start blocking off windows inside the bus. It just makes more sense. So yeah, up top here we did remove the original cabinet that was above the driver's seat. We love it, and we did reuse it in the bus, but it just was too small of an opening for what we wanted. So we were able to build out a new cabinet that locks and everything. Currently we just have blankets stored in there right now. And we were actually able to remove most of the switches and everything once we rewired some of the bus. We wish that we had kept some of the switches just because a 12-volt switch is always a great thing to have, and we could have repurposed it for other new things instead of having to buy new rocker switches. But the only ones that we actually did keep that were original were the fan right here. So that way we could still have that fan, because it is amazing. I don't know what we would do without it. It's fantastic whenever we're driving. So yeah. Come on. So right here is where we have our little dinette area so we can sit and eat, look out at our view and everything. I created this tabletop using pennies, naturally, and epoxy. I actually painstakingly went through and sorted out hundreds and hundreds of pennies by finding out which ones were shiny and which ones were dull, and created a pattern with the honeycomb style out of all of it, and it was definitely a labor of love. I don't know that I would do it again, but I really like the way it turned out and everything. We were able to take some pipes and make these seats that swivel out whenever we need them and can be pushed back in whenever we don't. So that way we were able to do something functional without losing any of the room, because this is a very small bus. Underneath here you do see that we have our AC unit, so that way we can run it whenever we're in some space that is a little bit warmer, which is pretty much everywhere that we live, because Texas is not a cold place. It's been fantastic. It's a 6,000 BTU unit. It's just a window unit, but we were able to create a system so that way the exhaust air is drafted out and everything, and it works really well for us. So I'm going to put this back. So back here we have our couch / bed / Ollie's domain. We wanted to be able to leave the back door open, and so that way we could access it. We wanted to build a deck off the back and everything. So it's something that we really wanted to do so we could really utilize the space. So this actually has some slats that slide all the way out, and then this lays down to be a bed. Behind it we do actually have some storage in the headboard, so that way we could store our clothes and whatever else we might need back here. Generally the only time we're putting on clothes is whenever we're getting out of bed, so it worked out perfectly for us. Underneath, we did create some storage. Right here was a wheel well, so we didn't have very much space, so we just did like a little cabinet door. And then over here we have a bungee cord holding our drawer system back. And this one was definitely a lot bigger and is fantastic, honestly. It's one of my favorite pieces of the bus just because we were able to put so much in there. We have all of our propane tanks, all of our heater and everything like that. We don't really need a heater very often, but it's fantastic to have it whenever we do. So right across the aisle is our eating area or kitchen area, and so we were able to get a little mini fridge with the top freezer because ice cream is a must-have whenever we're camping anywhere. We were able to build out little shelves that slide out inside of our cabinets, and whenever we're driving we definitely strap it down so that way it doesn't flop open. But we never really got the best system worked out for storage yet. We'll get there eventually, but right now we have some water tanks, just a 6-gallon water tank for the clean and then 7-gallon for the dirty. We really don't use it that often, so it's not like it suits our needs, so it worked out for us. We do have our nice little microwave and a 2-burner gas range off of propane. I love this thing. We have gas in our house and we had to have it in the bus as well. We were able to get a sink from the Habitat for Humanity Restore. We took some automotive enamel spray paint again and painted it white so that way it looked clean and nice, and it was all of $20, so it was definitely a win. We got ourselves a little 24-inch TV right here, just for whenever we're tired from hiking and we want to watch some TV or we want to play some video games. We have the retro game system so we can play Super Nintendo or whatever. It's always fun. And we did hand make our countertop using poplar wood, and then we poured in epoxy resin over it. I really like doing woodwork, so I just wanted to try to do some kind of bigger project, and I really like the way it turned out. Okay, so up top here we did put in a fan to pull out any hot air and everything. It's the Max Air. It's fantastic. We like using it because it just helps on those slightly warmer days to get some of that heat out. In here we were able to put in a bathroom with the shower, and we did cedar to line everything out, and we were able to get all of it in there, and it's fantastic if we ever need it. We haven't actually used it yet, but it's there if we need it. We made a shower curtain rod out of copper tubing, bent it to be the shape of the bus and everything, and it turned out really well. We also have a camp water heater that's off of propane, along with our medicine cabinet that we created using the old cabinet door from above the driver's seat for some extra storage space. So that's pretty much everything. I'm sure I missed quite a bit, but if you have any questions or need any help with your own build, please feel free to reach out to us. We are more than happy to hear from everybody. We love helping other people with their builds, and this really has already brought us so much joy, and we'd love to spread that along. If you look in the bio, you'll see a little bit more information on how to reach out to us, and we're also got some extra bits like our current budget and everything on how much we spent. It was a little bit over $10,000, but we break it down a little bit more in a spreadsheet for you, and we also have our Amazon shopping list on all of the things that we purchased for the solar, and there should be a video coming soon of all of our solar components and the current setup that we have. So yeah, we look forward to hearing from you. Give us a follow on Instagram if you have that, and just let us know what's going on. Thank you.